Fastball from Smith. Here he comes. A swing and a miss. He struck him out. 2 gone in the inning. Here's the 1-0. And on the ground, Swanson, he's got it to his feet. Throw to first. There it is. The Atlanta Braves are going to the World Series.
Welcome to the Grand Slam channel. Thank you for clicking onto the video. If you're a general baseball fan, this channel is for you. If you can take a quick second and hit that subscribe button, I'll greatly appreciate it. It will help my channel grow and bring more awareness to the game I love. If you're a Dodger fan like myself, I'm sure the clip you just watched was painful to endure. The Atlanta Braves were the better team and were clicking on all cylinders at the right time. In this video, I'm going to break down what the Dodgers need to do to improve the roster for next season, who they should sign, demote, promote, look at the team's financial situation, and most importantly, trades. I'll be assuming the role of what is known in baseball as a GM, general manager. In most organizations, the general manager has a final say in terms of roster decisions, trades, free agent signings, coaching, front office personnel, the hiring and firing, promotions and reassignments. The GM is considered second in command. They have a number of assistants as well as scouts and statistical analysts working underneath them. For the most part, they also act as a face of the franchise in terms of speaking to the media and making public appearances. So this is a roster when the Dodgers were eliminated. It consists of 26 players, 13 pitchers, 2 catchers, and 11 position players. As you may notice, there are some notable names missing, such like Clayton Kershaw, Trevor Bauer, and David Price. With their elimination, the Dodgers will have a lot of major decisions to make. As for the Braves, well...
Left side, Swanson. To first. The Braves are world champions.
Final out was recorded in the World Series. The Dodgers had 9 players enter free agency. 3 key players signed on deals. Corey Knebel went to the Phillies on a 1-year deal. Max Scherzer got an insane 3-year deal from the Mets. And one that still hurts Dodger fans is homegrown Corey Seager, signing a massive 10-year deal with the Texas Rangers. Currently, we still have Kenley Jansen, Joe Kelly, Albert Pujols, Steven Souza, and Clayton Kershaw. But right before the unfortunate lockout, the Dodgers were able to retain Chris Taylor on a 4-year, well-deserved deal. The fans do not see what goes behind the scenes of all the moves the team does. Many fans will just go out there and say, go out there and sign the best available free agent. For many teams, that's not the case. As for the Dodgers, they have the resources to spend to the luxury tax, and as we saw this year, go over the luxury tax. But Dodgers can't pay a penalty every year. It's not a wise way to do business. Spending the most or having all the talent does not guarantee you a championship. As soon as the lockout is over, the Dodgers need to make these moves. These decisions are based in 3 perspectives: the owner, the GM, and the fan. So let's begin the front process and the purpose of this video. So this is a projected lineup if the season started today. As you can see, it's not a bad lineup, but honestly, I don't think they can win the World Series. The bullpen looks decent, even with the losses of Jansen, Knebel, and Kelly. The starting lineup is as good as anyone's, but I still think they need one more big bat. Hopefully when the lockout is over, there will be a universal DH. The bench is uncertain, and the starting rotation is the big area of need. As much as I would like to see Trevor Bauer pitch again for the Dodgers, I don't think that might happen, given if he serves a half or full season suspension. Either way, Dodgers cannot let that handicap them for the rest of the season. As I mentioned, Chris Taylor signed a 4-year deal worth $60 million. Their priority should focus on Clayton Kershaw and sign him immediately. This is the current payroll of the top 10 teams. The Dodgers are in second and just barely above the luxury tax, which I believe is at $210 million. This number figures to go up when they hopefully sign Kershaw. From the research I've done, this is a breakdown of what each player is making. This includes signing bonuses and arbitration updates. Keep in mind, this is just for the 2022 season. Before we start the trades, I want to take a quick second and look at the Dodgers' top 30 prospect list. The ones highlighted in light blue are the ones I personally would not trade. I believe their ceiling is high and can build a winning team around these 5 prospects in the future. Here we go. Trade 1 will be with the Blue Jays. I will send David Price and his full $16 million salary, number 8 prospect Andre Jackson, and Caleb Ferguson. Dodgers can sweeten the deal by throwing in a top 50 low A player or $2 to $4 million to lower David Price's annual salary for the Jays. The purpose of this deal is getting rid of Price's contract and creating some flexibility. In return, Dodgers get Jordan Groshan's number 3 prospect for the Jays. With Bo Bichette and Biggio, Jordan's path to the big leagues with the Jays is blocked for the foreseeable future. Dodgers can use Jordan for trade bait or keep him and clear a path for him next season when Trey Turner becomes a free agent. The Jays get a much needed lefty reliever, a future starter, and a mentor who can start or come out of the bullpen. Trade 2 will be with the Oakland A's. I will trade Edwin Rios for the likely departure of Matt Olson, number 3 prospect Michael Busch, number 20 prospect Jesus Scalise, and outfielder Luke Raley. The A's get a future low-cost first baseman, an area of need in catching, and highly regarded infielder prospect, as well another low-cost outfielder. The A's lower their payroll and get some quality prospects. In return, Dodgers get Frankie Montas, who is still in team control for 2 more years, a quality starter at a reasonable price, and a top-tier reliever in Lou Trevino, who is also low-cost and is in a 3-year team control. Trade number 3 will be with the Texas Rangers. I would trade AJ Pollock, number 28 prospect Gavin Stone, and a low A top 50 player for number 4 prospect Justin Fosku. This trade will confuse some people, but like the Blue Jays trade scenario, it is to get rid of Pollock's contract and create more payroll space. With Chris Taylor re-signing with the Dodgers, I believe AJ Pollock became expendable. Also, with Pollock's injury history, Taylor can have more of a stable position in left field. The Rangers get a great pitching prospect in Gavin Stone and AJ Pollock, who can take over left field and improve their lineup. In return, Dodgers get number 4 prospect Justin Fosku. Similar to Jordan Groshan, his path to the big leagues is also blocked. A true second baseman, he may have an opportunity with the Dodgers if Gavin Lux doesn't work out. Final trade will be with the Cleveland Guardians. I will trade Tony Gonsolin, number 5 prospect Andy Pages, number 9 prospect Clayton Beeter, number 13 prospect Cody Hose, and Matt Beattie for Jose Ramirez and James Karinchak. The Guardians get a major league starter and outfielder and 3 top 15 prospects, and they also lower their payroll. Dodgers in return get an MVP player who can easily fill the loss of Corey Seager's bat in the lineup. He is also in team control for 2 more years at a fairly decent price. Dodgers can insert him at third base and move Justin Turner to the DH spot. Dodgers will also acquire an elite reliever for 5 more years in team control. Well, here's the final breakdown. Dodgers will end up trading 7 prospects in the top 30 list, but will get back 2 top 5 prospects from the Jays and Rangers. Dodgers will also be able to retain their future contributors in Diego Cartaya, Ryan Pepiot, Bobby Miller, Miguel Vargas, and Landon Knack. Dodgers will also free up just over $12 million and fill in the areas of need. When this lockout is over, Clayton Kershaw should get a 3-year deal at $60 million guaranteed, with incentives of $5 million each year bringing its contract to a 3-year deal at $75 million if he meets those incentives. So there it is, my idea of what the Dodgers should look like going into the 2022 season. Will Smith at catcher, Max Muncy at first base. Gavin Lux deserves one full season at second base without being moved around, benched, or even discussing trades. Let the kid play. Jose Ramirez at third base, Trey Turner at shortstop, Cody Bellinger in center field, Chris Taylor gets a starting spot in left field, Mookie Betts in right field, and Justin Turner moves to the DH spot. The starting rotation is much more stable now. If Andrew Heaney doesn't work out, the Dodgers can always seek a trade in the deadline. Also, the availability of Trevor Bauer is still an option. Dustin May will also be available after the All-Star break as well. The bullpen will be deep with some big arms. Also, I forgot to pencil in Brusdar Graterol into the mix. The bench will be led by Zach McKinstry, Austin Barnes, and some determined young rookies seeking their time to shine. So what did you all think? Please comment on what will you do different, what you like or dislike, and what team should I do next. It's time consuming, but it's a fun process for me, and it's the only way I can keep myself busy till the lockout ends. Please subscribe if you haven't done so yet. Stay tuned for next video.